Hey everyone, Ryan here at MandRproductions, and we have some new 2023 LEGO Star Wars rumors from the Mandalorian Season 3 here today. Thanks to Promo Bricks, I've got a little bit of info of my own at the end of the video. Also, Corey's here just putting some figures up for Whatnot Auction. So I'll drop my sponsored link below if you want to catch our auction on Sunday. Anyway, we've had a few mystery sets floating around for LEGO Star Wars in 2023, and those seem to have been figured out today, starting with set number 75346. I always kind of assumed it would be this set. However, it's more or less confirmed here with this strong rumor that it's going to be the pirate snub fighter, and that is apparently the starfighter that we can see briefly in one of the trailers kind of flying around in the background. And my reasoning for thinking this was always going to happen is like the Mando's N1 starfighter always needed a counter to it, something for it to fight. It's kind of something that LEGO Star Wars does a lot, where they'll have two vehicles from two different factions, but they can go against each other, and Mando's N1 starfighter just didn't have that. And now it does, or will, I suppose. Apparently, it resembles a Z95 Headhunter, potentially. I'm not exactly sure, but certainly it would be much smaller than the Z95 Headhunter was, given the set's $35, and the Z95 Headhunter almost 10 years ago was $50. Anyway, 35 bucks with 285 pieces. It'll probably include 3 minifigures, and that's maximum. But if we look at something like Obi-Wan Starfighter from last summer, where we got Obi-Wan, Taun We, and R4, that's 3 minifigs and a $30 set, so maybe we will be looking at 3 minifigs here, which is what it should have. But you know, LEGO Star Wars, they like to cheap out every once in a while, and this feels like a good opportunity to do that. Anyway, hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's got 3 figures for that $35 price tag, but we will see. That one is supposed to launch on May 1st of next year. Now, I think the other set here is much more interesting. At set number 75348, it is the $100 set, and it's going to have 957 pieces. And unlike with the Book of Boba Fett, fortunately, it seems like this set won't be a bad $100 set. It does seem like it's actually going to be a good one, with the Mandalorian Fang fighter versus the TIE Interceptor. It's super exciting to me. You know, I thought TIE Interceptor would make sense as a standalone set for the anniversary of Return of the Jedi, but obviously they have found another way to get the TIE Interceptor into the LEGO Star Wars lineup. Finally, for the first time officially since 2006, although they did do Von Reg's TIE Fighter back in 2019, which is a red TIE Interceptor, but it's the first time we've had a TIE Interceptor in a dang long time, and it is very much appreciated. I cannot wait to see what a modern TIE Interceptor looks like at what is essentially, if you split it in half, a $50 price point. So hopefully it's good, because the last time we had a 2-in-1 set like this for starfighters for LEGO Star Wars, I believe, was Darth Vader's TIE Fighter and the A-Wing. That one was 90 bucks, and it felt pretty grossly overpriced, and I think it didn't sell too well. It did have 4 minifigs, so if that's any indication, we can expect this set to have 4 minifigs, but I'm really hoping we get a bit better value out of this one versus what we saw more recently in 2016's Summer Wave. Now, I know I did talk a lot about the TIE Interceptor there, but the Mandalorian Fang fighter is also very interesting. Of course, the current Mandalorian Starfighter is 60 bucks, and that one is retiring here at the end of 2022, and apparently it's making way for a brand new Mandalorian fighter right away, which I didn't expect. You know, it was a decade between the last 2 Mandalorian fighters, but of course, if it's in a new TV show, it makes a lot of sense to bring it into a set like this. And this one has a bit of a unique design. It's not exactly like the other ones that we see from LEGO Star Wars from 2012 and 2021, of course. It feels a little bit more bulky and less sleek than the other ones as far as the wings go. Just from my Google search, it seems most likely that this would be kind of a white and blue Mandalorian Starfighter again. However, it could have a very nice translucent yellow windshield piece. That could be something that really sets it apart. I mean, ultimately, I'm hoping that the new show would have maybe a new, unique fire color design. I don't know, something that's actually very nice and different than what we've had in the past, but it's of course impossible to know right now, having not seen it in any trailer footage, and of course having no leaked images of the sets themselves. Now, like I said, I expect 4 minifigs here, and you have to have the obvious with a TIE pilot. Potentially, you know, I've seen some theories thrown around that Fen Rao could be showing up in The Mandalorian, I think that's his name, and he would be a figure for the Fang fighter. And then that leaves kind of 2 other minifigs just out there. Maybe Bo-Katan, maybe the Mandalorian, maybe Grogu, of course, just staples there, or maybe just regular Mandalorian warrior trooper in there again. You know, you never know. I know there's factions to all of it. I don't know the Mandalorian factions that well. I'm sure some of you in the comments will give me a better idea of what to expect here, but definitely some exciting minifigure potential here, much like we saw with the 2021 Mandalorian Starfighter. Now, before we get to my unique piece of info about what might potentially be the UCS set, we do have some rumored BrickHeadz for 2023, and we can call these confirmed at this point. We have a Tusken Raider, who is going to be a very good standalone character for $10. It's one that makes a ton of sense, having just appeared a ton in the Book of Boba Fett last year, potentially in some future shows, or Book of Boba Fett Season 2, who's to say, but a Tusken Raider nonetheless is going to be a nice standalone character at BrickHeadz. And then we have a $50 BrickHeadz set, which at first, when I heard $50 BrickHeadz set, I was like, Bad Batch. They're going to do all 5 Bad Batch members. It's going to be awesome. And it's not what they did. It is the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, so of course they've done some Return of the Jedi BrickHeadz here. We have Luke Skywalker, R2-D2, Lando Calrissian, Wicket, and I believe Leia in her Endor Rebel outfit. So 5 characters total for $50. Might be 40. I think it's 50, but I can't remember. Now, as far as that $240 UCS set that's also looming for May 1st, I've heard some rumblings that it could potentially be a buildable Chewbacca character. I don't know. Just an out there rumor that's kind of been floating around. A rumor in the truest sense. Could be wrong. You know, don't hold me to it. You know, I'm not saying it is this, but I'm just putting it out there for the sake of conversation. You know, a $240 buildable Chewbacca could be interesting. It's not necessarily what I think needs to be made, should be made for 2023. Like, it's a sensible addition to the buildable character lineup regardless, where we've had characters like the Porg and Yoda, of course, but obviously the Chewbacca would be on a much larger scale here, just larger than those generally. So, I don't know, just an interesting thing I had heard going around, you know, whether it's true or not, who's to say, but yeah, just something I thought I'd throw into the end of this video for those of you who stuck around. So, if you enjoyed it, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe for the latest LEGO Star Wars news. And if you want to know about the other LEGO Star Wars 2023 set rumors, make sure you check out my older rumor videos where I go in depth on all of them. I'll probably make an updated video on everything we know so far here pretty soon, maybe next weekend or something. So, see ya!